So we are back to panel number 3, State of the Game in North America, Women's Soccer. Are we doing enough to promote gender equity among players and coaches? This is a very broad question. I'm sure that we will have many issues to discuss during this conversation. We have here with us Gabriella Trichilo, Vanessa Martinez, Carmelina Moscato, and to moderate we have Valerio Roca. I'm going to introduce first our moderator, Valerio. Sorry, girls. Okay, Valerio, how are you?
Not too bad. Yourself, Ricardo?
Fine, perfect, perfect. I'm going to introduce now the others, and I'm going to leave you with the speakers. Okay, Valerio?
Perfect. Good afternoon. Thank you to Vanessa, Carmelina, and Gabriella for joining us. I think I'd like to start the discussion with the question that's posed on the panel. Are we doing enough to promote gender equity among players and coaches? Gabriella, would you like to start?
Sure. Thanks for having us. I'm super excited to be on a panel with these amazing women. Pretty honored, actually. So for sure, I'd love to kick us off, and I'm really looking forward to being part of this conversation. I don't think it's ever enough. There's so much that we can do to promote the game, to promote equity, to have the conversations, and to really build a foundation for future successes. Everyone can make change, and I think we need to just consider the parties that are part of that change. So, we have a group, and we have allies. We have a group that consists of people that just need to speak up about the change that needs to happen. They need to voice, the different, I guess, opportunities or different possibilities that there are. They need to present themselves on a different level within our communities and in our environments. And then there are allies that consist of people that support what's being said, people that echo it, people who can't really be the ones who directly deliver that message, but they can advocate, they can facilitate and be part of a solution. So, are we doing enough? I think it's just being part of a panel discussion like this. It's definitely a start. But this is very visible change, and we can't forget that there's two types of change. There's visible, of course, invisible. And so those two types of change are very important for us to be able to understand, the visible change is easy to see. Okay, hey, look, we're doing it. We're having the discussion. But that invisible change that we don't really necessarily talk about isn't on the forefront. So having a foundation for gender equity and players and coaches in the environment, we have so much more to do. So this is definitely a good start to promoting gender equity, but there's so many different aspects of it, and I think that's going to be the value that you'll pull out of this conversation today, because I know that the women that are on the panel today have so much to contribute to that. So I think there's a lot to it, and I'm looking forward to talking about it more for sure.
Good. Carmelina, your thoughts?
I like how you started us off, Gabriella. There's visible change, there's invisible change, there's groups that are directly involved, and then there's allies. So that's what I heard there. I believe it starts with societal thinking, unconscious biases that we deal with every single day, men, women, in conversations, very casual that we're having. There's a sort of bias, and I'll give you some examples of what I mean. So, women are emotional. Right. So there's certain lines that society sort of agrees upon, which has impact on the way that we view women in society and the roles that they can have. So unconscious bias for me is one of the full stop first things that we can be dealing with. And that starts with conversations and communication that we're having around our dinner tables with friends, with our family, with our colleagues, and start to talk about the language about women and how we start to frame women in society and therefore create opportunities through our words. I know that sounds very maybe too high level overview of what we're talking about. I really do believe it starts with our thoughts, and how we actually believe women can contribute to this goal of gender equity in sport. So that's a big one for me. Every single conversation I've been in the last 2 months, it's been my lens. So I'll give you an example. We have the new CPL that started for the men, which is extremely exciting. And there's a lot of firsts, that have happened through this league. A lot of men have had the opportunity to play, household names for Canadians, and fill stadiums and do all these great things. And it's all to say, the women's division is going to be coming very shortly, and we can be achieving all these things, but we've chosen, it's a conscious choice to have invested in the men first, right? So these are the things we want to put on the table and say, where are these choices coming from? And are they from our unconscious biases of how the world should work, specifically the sport world?
Thank you for watching this short preview video from the National Soccer Coaches Association of Canada. To see the full video, plus have access to hundreds of other coaching videos, blogs, webinars, and podcasts, plus free and discounted coach education courses and other soccer merchandise, plus to have exclusive access to register for all future NSCAC conventions, both live and online, click on the link below to become a member of the NSCAC today. Also, please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as your continued support allows us to continue to provide coach education and coach development resources to soccer coaches across Canada and worldwide. Thank you again for your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you at future NSCAC events.